Well, hi folks. It's Vic Noble here, and it's currently January the 30th, and I have a chart up of the British pound US dollar 1 hour, and what we're looking at here is a possibility of another trade setting up here, of course. And in this case, you can see on the hourly chart we've had some rejection up near the figure here, and we're heading back down here. But on the way down, there's going to be an opportunity for us for a scalp down in this area down here. We actually climbed all the way up to the R2 pivot, to the very extreme up here. And this happened in the wee hours of the morning. I wasn't around at that time. I was sleeping then. Can't trade 24/7, but you can get some good scalp offerings in the New York session as well. So in any event, this is going to be almost a 100 pip drop to come down to this line, which is the central pivot for today, actually 196.05. Let me just get that straight there, and 196.05 right here. And you notice, look at all these tops down here. You see that? This was former resistance, and we can expect that to now become support. Looking at our 5-minute chart, here we are, 96.05, and look at how this run from the bottom to the top is the same number. As a 62%. Okay, so we have 196.05 and 196.0, well, maybe 04 or something like that for the 62% line. So let's go ahead and put our order in to buy it at the top, 96.05. Let's make it at don't forget that's the bid, so we have to put our price our order in, at the ask, and we'll give it a 4 pip spread. So we'll make it at 09. Let's go for 196.08, get a little bit better fill. And so let's go ahead here and put our order in. British pound, and we're buying. Whoops, got that in the wrong spot here. And we'll make it a 10 standard lots buying, and we're going to buy it at 196.08. And we're going to put an initial stop loss down at, just bear with me here, right down at 83. Okay, give this a bit of room here, and we'll leave the limit off for now. We're going to try to scale out of this. Actually, I'm going to put my limit in for the whole 10 pips right off the bat. I'm just going to scalp 10 pips out of this thing here, because we may be starting to head down after coming off of these highs like this. And let's just see if we can grab 10 pips on the way down here. So let's just hang on a second. So check your order, make sure it's the way that you want to see it. We're buying. There's our amount right here. And 96.08, 95.83, and 96.18 on the limit. It's all in there. Okay, so let's go back and see what's happening here. Not much, nothing to do. Just sit back and wait. I'll check back in with you in the next whenever, if and when something happens, we'll come back on. Okay, folks. While we're working our way down towards the number we want here, we need to see around 05. 04 on the bid. Consumer confidence is coming out in just a minute here, maybe less than that actually. So you should know that, by the way. Check your fundamentals, know what's coming out. It can be a big moving number, so if you're not comfortable trading in that environment, then don't, because you can get obviously more volatility, although it's not really considered to be a market moving indicator. But obviously any number that comes out can be market moving if it's way out of line with what the consensus estimates are. So let's just give it a second here, and we'll see how it reacts when the number comes out. Hopefully we can get a spike into it and then an immediate pop back up. That would be ideal. And let's just keep an eye here. We're starting to climb here a little bit. And okay, well, you know what? We're just going to leave this for now. And no point in staring at it too much here. Just give it a second. If it does start to move down, we can watch ourselves get filled here, and then in real time, which is kind of neat. And then we'll take it from there. But in any event, well, look, not much is happening. Happening. We're sort of sitting in the doldrums here for now. So I'll be back shortly with you. Okay, hi again, folks. Well, we didn't quite get filled down here. We missed it. Really, it actually got to 8 on the bid, so we missed our fill by 3 or 4 pips down here, which is too bad. But anyway, we're rallying back up here, And you can see that we have some lows here and here, which is also the M3 pivot, which is also a probably a 50% retracement from here to here. I like this area here though too, this 196.42. It's a 62% retracement from here, and if you go back to the high of the day, it's also a 38% retracement from the high of the day. I kind of like it a little bit better. It's a little bit deeper retracement, and I'm going to put an order in to sell if it gets up there, because even if we don't get filled there and it does bounce off of here, I still would like to get filled on our original buy down here at 196.08. So let's go ahead and put an order in to sell up at 196.41, and we can keep our stop loss just above here at we'll put it at 60. Well, I'm going to put it up at 65 for now, and that'll give it a 24 pip risk, but that's okay. We will hopefully move that down quite quickly. So let's go to our trading station here, and here's our first order that we have in. Again, we're going to go to the British pound, and we're going to entry, and we're going to sell this time, and this time it's going to be up at 196.41. A stop is going to go at 196.65, and we'll see if we can snip 10 pips out of this one too. And that's all in there. We're just going to simply take 10 pips out of this one here and be done with it. So here it is. We're selling at 196.41. Our stop is at 65. Okay? And our limit is at 31. Right? And our original order is still sitting down here to buy it at 96.08. So either way, we've got it bracketed now at some logical points where we should expect reactions. In other words, we should expect a reaction up in here, and it may happen sooner. So just be aware, and that depends on your own level of aggressiveness. I just like to get a better price. If I don't get it, I don't get it, and otherwise I'll wait and see if we can get it down here. Okay, hi again. I just wanted to point out to you the real struggle that we're having at these lows right here and that, and this may be a missed trade opportunity here. I mean, I'm just trying to get a little bit better price here. That can work for and against you, of course, right? So. But look what's happening here. We've hit this level, and it's really having a struggle getting through here. Just shows you how important these levels can be in that. So just wanted to point that out. We'll check back in. This is the M3 pivot here, by the way. We are in the sell zone. Central pivot is right down here. So we'll be back to you shortly. Okay, well, here's what happened. We actually did come off of that level here, and we actually had a 10 pip profit in there with spread. So I'm going to cancel my order up here now. If it starts to rally up and goes beyond here, it goes beyond this high right here, I'm going to not want to be in it at this point. The market proved to be the turning point right here, and there was a 10 pip scalp available in this trade. So, you can be too conservative sometimes, and it's just a judgment call. It's not going to work out for you every time. But we're going to cancel this one right here, remove that order, yes, and we'll just keep our buy order in, because if it goes down, we're still going to want to trade that one. And that'll be removed here in just a second. And we'll get back to you shortly. Okay, folks, we've had quite a spike down. Look at this. We spiked right down into our fill here. And if you look at our orders here, look, you see we're in already. And we're up 3 pips right away here. So you can see how when you hit these numbers, how you can immediately get into the spread. You can look for 5 pips in here if you're nervous or you don't like it or whatever. But anyway, we bought it at 96.08. We're currently 96.09 on the bid right here now, 10. And we'll just keep an eye on this. It's immediately starting to move into our favor. So I'm going to I like to lessen the risk as soon as it's kind of proving us out right away here. So let's bring it up 5 pips from the bottom, and I'll just expand this a little bit so we can see where we're at here. See our stop rate now. In fact, look at this thing going here. We're up 5 pips, 6 pips right now. So let's put our stop. Let's just move it up a lot here. So let's take 10 pips off of our risk here. Let's make it up to 93 here, and keep our risk well under control on this thing here, because it's getting a little bit volatile too. It's up 6, 7 pips right now, and again, we're looking for we're looking for 18. Well, we just hit 17, and there's 17 again. In fact, let's put our stop up to break even in here now. Let's just see if we can get this baby here And actually, no, let's just leave it a little bit here. Hang on, there's 14 by 18. You can see how it starts to really jiggle around up in this area up here and that. So, you know, kind of a judgment call. We made it within 1 pip. Normally, I'm going to have my stop at break even once I make my profit on this. You know, bit of a judgment call. We'll put it at break even right now and see what happens with it. That's pretty tight. Alternatively, what we could do is take 5 pips out of it. And so why don't we do that instead? Let's just sell a 5 lot right now. Okay, and I'm only doing this because we got up right there. We just sold 5. Okay. Whoops, that's not what I want to do here. Let's just close that. Unfortunately, with this trading platform, it works a little bit differently. And darn it, I forgot all about that. I'm going to have to readjust this here. And the only way to do it right now, I believe, is going to be to close the position. So I'm just going to put a break-even stop at 08. And let's just go like this. 96. 08. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I'm using a new platform that's got a hedge feature in it. And when you go to close out a trade the way I did it by selling some just the way I did, what it does is actually hedges you, and I didn't want to do that. But there is another version you can get of this that doesn't do that, and I didn't mean to have this version up here and that. If we look at our closed positions, I believe we just lost 2 pips on that. So that was kind of unfortunate, but a little bit of a mistake on the part of the operator here. So you know, obviously right now we could close this out and close it out with a profit if we wish, but I'm not going to worry about that. 2 pips is not the end of the world, and let's just see if we can get our 10 pips on here, and I'll be back to you shortly. Okay, hi folks. Well, we're back, and I got my 10 pips here off this bottom. I want to talk about this trade a little bit here because there's a few things about it that I think that are important for you to learn from this, and for me to learn too. I mean, I get things out of this. First of all, this was actually a very good area to sell right here, and I got a little bit cutesy with it maybe up here. We had a pretty good confluence of things, obvious support here and here that became resistance after trading well below it, and you know, probably should have been a little more aggressive in selling it right here. Fair enough, we didn't get that. I did keep my original order in, which is a very, very good place to buy down here because we've had a nice move down, darn near 100 pips from the top of the day, not quite. So, and if I squeeze this up, you can see that we were at a very, very nice area to be looking to buy because this is resistance. It broke through it all and has come back down to it. In fact, it did it right in here as well, right? But in the New York session today, it came back down and did it very nicely there, and you can actually see it quite easily on the hourly chart right here. So a good trade. Nothing wrong with that trade at all. It's a good one. The other thing that I did wrong here, or made a mistake on, is that I'm using a trading platform that I should have been more careful with, in that it was a hedging platform, and I forgot that I had that platform up actually, and I made a mistake, as you saw earlier in that. So these little things can cost you money, and if you know, fortunately we came out on this trade no problem. But you know, I just want you to be careful because it can happen to anybody. Mistakes always cost money. Here's what we did. The little mistake cost $200, but fortunately we got our 10 lot off for $1,000. So we netted $800 out of this. It's nice, but the story had a happy ending, is what I'm saying, and things can always be worse. So hopefully that all made sense to you. That was another very good setup. There actually was 2 very good little trades in here, both at very logical areas of support and resistance. In this case being resistance, and down here being support. Okay, that's a wrap for that one, and talk to you soon.